Forsaken, abandoned to the dark, what choice but to follow the flame? To seize the world with this fire is to see it burn first.
Welcome on back everyone to Total Warhammer 3 in part 4 of our Astragoth Ironhand Immortal Empires campaign. In today's episode we are here a turn later with Astragoth still recruiting up his Bull Centaurs and a couple of the Chaos Dwarf warrior boys. We got Bruce Blackbeard here, which Gorfang has, I guess, successfully managed to hinder his replenishment. Oh no. He's bringing in, or at least he was bringing in, a good deal of servants. We've got him switched over to normal stance because the plan is we're going to have him come over here and raise the Gorger Rock. That's right. Oh, wow, really? Medium casualties. There's no one here. 26, 25. How are our laborers? 17, 21. Yeah, they're not meant for a frontline fight. They're much like Skaven slaves. We're going to go ahead and resolve that one. Lose a lot. Plan, though, is we will go ahead and raise this settlement. We don't get to move very far away, so if Bruce gets taken out here because we can't move, that is just going to be how it works. We're going to try to give ourselves a little bit of a fire break between us and the Greenskins. Now we'll come over and maybe claim the eagle areas, that way we can at least use this to go through the underway to kind of stop them from making gains on either side, but definitely needed to raise this first one. We'll go ahead and put him in march stance so we can possibly gain. The trait will be extra greedy. We've already sent servants back to the Conclave with both of these two settlement provinces there, and then we've got some gold here, so we have just enough Conclave influence to come on in and grab ourselves the last seat into the Excise Collector. That would be getting even more income from our province and capital settlement buildings by 25%. Or we could go ahead, and this would also activate the Industry District, which would give us these two bumps to our raw materials and armaments. Or we could get more campaign movement range after winning a battle. I think we could just let our allies finish that one off for us. In fact, none of these are something I really want more than... I prefer to have the Black Alchemist here, giving us a random enchanted item, talisman, or a arcane item every 3 turns. Random, sometimes being incredibly useful for us. Alright, cool. That looks good to me. We can go ahead and use our armaments, or our raw materials, rather, to upgrade our weapons workshop. But again, I think for now, we just want to maximize our raw material output. Having a little bit of armaments flowing on it is a good thing, but we don't want to don't want to go too heavily into it. Also really like to get the Blazing Beards in Astragoth's army. We'll probably give the 2 Hobgoblin Sneaky Gits over to Bruce. We'll just replace them with actual proper frontline fighters. We do want a few laborers in Astragoth's army. We don't want to completely take all of them out. We want a couple of our units to be those that we don't really care about blasting our artillery teams into. So we do need to keep that in mind. Go on over to... Is it just telling us about Dorj Nivort? Fair enough. We will come on back down to Bruce and Astragoth and end the turn. For your sake, this better not be a waste of time. Olaf. Son of Olaf. Son of Olaf. Get out of here. We're keeping trade with you just so I can keep you at arm's length before we come on in and claim your mountain holds for our own. The Red Cloud faction's gone now. Oh no, Grimfang tripped and fell on a rock trying to hurt Astragoth. What a shame. We got ourselves a Talisman of Obsidian, giving us more Winds of Magic, more Undivided Corruption, and then the Talisman, which is going to negate magical weapons within the effect area. Well, that is quite good. And a Dark Prophet, giving us just 10% more research rate flat. Gormlech. Your weird-looking flare pistol. Alright, we'll go ahead and give you the Dark Prophet. And I guess the Kadai Hellsmith that we have as something going on. Talisman of Obsidian is definitely going to swing on over here to... probably our Bull Centaur Rook. Doesn't have physical resistance. Meanwhile, Gore actually does. Yeah, but I think it's better to have him roving around with it on Kevin. Armor of silver and steel, that is, we'll give also to Kevin the Bull Centaur. We go up to 90 armor. Perfect. Now we just got 2 more turns to sit here and wait. wait for another 4. I think that'd be a really bad idea. We do have a mission to get ourselves an additional lord, and I think we will here at Dorshny Fort. It'll also help out with the control. So we'll go ahead and recruit up. We already have a sorcerer prophet, but I think it's fun to have, since Astragoth is the kind of head of all of the sorcerer prophets, we'll just have a bunch of them running around. So let's go, since we're going to be fighting greenskins, I think fire and metal are both very good options. So is Hashut. So Kazadni Magmas, or less cooldown, or Areshkel the aggressive. Neither of those are super great. And the cooldown on spells is terrible. Needful. Magic item drop chance plus 20%, armor plus 10. That'll work. It's not as fun as the lore of Hashut, but welcome Urhamu Iron Pick. Urhamu is a name that we are going to trip over all the time. So in the meantime, your name is Earl. Earl Iron Pick. You will have a name for Earl besides. Remember, go ahead and get those down in the comments. I'm going to get those names on in. Alright, so we can go ahead and now upgrade Dorshny Fort, which would give us what? Access to the highest tier armament assembly line. Besides that, nothing. So I think we'll go ahead and we'll hold off because we again, need more raw materials than anything else. We go for the ramparts here, the challenge stone. How long before we need to upgrade Uzkulak, or how many would it take? 3150, which we can probably build up in that amount of time. Speed collectors would slow us down. Yeah, no, I think we really just want to kind of ignore the challenge stone. More sacrifices to Zarnagrund. Here we really can't afford to do that, so we'll just go ahead and upgrade the garrison base at Blizzard Peak. We'll have you then, Bruce, drop back into raiding. We're gaining only 25 servants. So instead, let's just come back to up where Astragoth is. Oh, can you not get past him? There we go. Oh, he's not in friendly territory still. That stinks. But we'll just kind of march past. I guess we're not gaining any attrition, or we're not actually replenishing because we're in the mountains. So, a big waste all the same. Alright, labor's looking good. Up to 33 conclave influence. Alright, Earl, while you're here, go ahead and build us up a nice relief force. These centaur renders are so expensive. Let's go ahead and just grab a couple of laborers. That way we've got some units, and we'll kind of grab laborers and archers to start. Nothing too intimidating. Hasn't been warning me about my convoy, so I've been ignoring him. Are you back now? Sweet, we'll go ahead and add Herbatros. And we can have him. Can't really send out any armaments. We have to go for sending gold. So we could go up to the Valerie for some labor. Really, everyone wants armaments. We go to the Pale Sisters for some materials, which would be nice. I can't lie, Drakenhof also for materials. Yeah, let's head on down to Drakenhof for materials. Make it a slightly shorter trip. Send out the maximum amount. We'll bring back 434. Dispatched you have been. And Grievance is just sitting here. So maybe they're not their watch voice. Who are you at war with? Ourself and Helheim. Interesting. Could have been someone they already wiped out before them, though. Right, let's go ahead and end the turn there. Alright, new convoy contracts available now. In turns, those will change again. Looks like Grimgor is coming on up now. So glad his army is just a bunch of basic orcs. We are missing access to our artillery. Greg Vrag also is likely to fall soon. He can't reach us in one turn. He can in March, but only in March. If he has another army over here, he can use them as a staging ground. Move up next to Astragoth, but we definitely... Wow, you're doing no replenishment. That's all kinds of bad. We can go ahead and combine up a few of these gobos then, that way we have at least more complete units. We just want a bunch more orcs. We could get, through global, a few more archers. But I don't think we're going to be winning this one with archers. I think we're going to be winning it with frontline fighters and like the sneaky gits. We'll grab you guys and probably just another sneaky git unit. Yeah, there, we'll go ahead and kick you out of this. Grab the one unit of sneaky gits here from Astragoth. We could even have Astragoth try to recruit in a few more archers, so we'll go one more Hobgoblin archer. We take both of the sneaky gits. Go back into your encamp stance. Astragoth will go ahead and give him the blazing beards. And then Bruce will give you additional orc. That should do. Let's go for that final point into seeing red. And more attack, 20% more strength. Up to 79 with Frenzy active. Pretty dang solid. Alright, well, with Dorjny Fort, we could go ahead and start churning out the gold pans too. Or we could use the Miner's Workshop to just produce even more raw materials. Since we only have the one mine here, though, it's probably not the best call to go for this one. Getting in the Factory Guardhouse, does it give us any more... No, you don't get any additional control. Yeah, we'll probably just go for the gold pans, the gold refinery. This starts making you a good deal of money. But for now, I think I will continue to save those raw materials, except for I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the Challenge Stone just once, for even more Conclave influence per turn. Garrison Lord not moved. Yeah, Earl's busy. Getting himself a whole bunch of gobos. Don't see any orcs coming through this side, but Zardagrund is usually run over by a Grimgor at some point. Alright, let's see how Grimgor plays this. Alright, Scarstick is no more. Awesome. Black Fate Driver also wiped out, and we've got 8 technologies under our belt. That gives us 1750 Treasury, a Malignant Totem. It gives us the Breath of Hatred, and drops enemy leadership in the local area, as well as a Forbidden Rod. Embedding rivals envoys within the Dawizar hierarchy increases the chances of diplomatic accord and cements allegiances when it really matters. Indeed. We've got even better friendships with all of the Dawizar in the area. We should be able to almost trade with you. How about if I declare war on Clan Krizzar? I'll have to pay him this much. I don't really know where Clan Krizzar is. So probably declaring war on a random Skaven faction is the bad way to go about it. Let's go ahead and start trading up with Zidane. We have no trade goods, is why we have to pay for it. A defensive alliance on the Maggot Host. Are you guys losing? Oh no, they are. The Everchosen. Well, that's not good. Yeah, you guys don't get a defensive alliance because you're getting bodied. In fact, we're gonna have to deal with that very soon. I think we upgraded the Challenge Stone. We're definitely gonna need some more defenses here. Astragoth is up and running around now. We've got the Bull Centaur renders that just have normal armor piercing damage, and then the guys that have dual axes. Alright, we still have to move in and deal some damage to Grimgor. I'm thinking getting rid of the eel areas for him was going to be a good call, so let's do something like this, where we're pushing Bruce forward. And we'll have Astragoth, who's in a pretty good state, go into an ambush. right in front. There is really no telling where Grimgore's at. Alright, malicious compliance increases casualties captured and control. Sold. I'll definitely use some of my conflict of influence for that. Only takes one turn for that to go into. Save on everything else here, because I want to keep upgrading our renders. So I want to get to 4 here. And we don't quite have... I thought that was one of... That's just a Cathayan caravan, it's fine. We could complete this for 90. We have the gold. Well, it costs armaments, really. Well, we do, though. So, that could get us our... Yes, let's go ahead and use 90 servants here. Speed that up. Iron Mine gives us what now? It costs 300 raw materials per turn. It gives us a lot of armaments. We'll go ahead and grab this in when we're good and ready. For now, though, we need a demon smithy. Oh, even though the artillery. Oh, the artillery. We need the demon smithy for a quest, so we're gonna go ahead and pop this on in. This is more research rate, as well as the garrison for a demon smith sorcerer of Hashut. Not as useful as the others, so maybe we'll grab this in, complete the research, and swap it over. It will be using up a little bit of our armaments, but I think getting in the stone mantle now or Astragoths can be incredibly useful. Alright, cool. Don't have really any more spendable labor anywhere. Not for at least a few turns. Creating the tower roads. Would cost a lot. Go ahead and hold off there too. We'll go ahead and upgrade Uzkulak here next turn. Alright, Earl, I'm gonna have you come on out and be a partial spy now for us. See what's going on over here. Now we can't see any orcs yet, which is at least a good sign. So let's swing on in here and we'll give it another turn. Look at that. Here comes Grimgore and Muncha. Yes, they were hiding just outside of our line of sight. They are going after Bruce himself, so they managed to avoid attacking Astragoth somehow. Well, this does allow us to set up our slaves in a way that they are in a perfect position to catch Grimgore's forces, while then Astragoth can kind of swoop in and get them. Still going to be a bit spooky. Let's take it to them. Alright, looks like we don't have any... I mean, we've got some good choke points, but no perfect lines. Actually, now that I see what this is, let's go ahead and post up the laborers. We're going to want one unit layered on top of one another if we're going to do something like that. Like so. All of the orc laborers kind of layered up behind them. They do have the Doom Diver catapults, so we don't want them too incredibly layered up. Alright, then we've got the Hobgoblin Cutthroats, which will have kind of defending both sides here. And keeping their leadership up. Have sneaky gits on the flanks, ready to slow enemies down, trying to move their way around. And then we have our last two goblins here. We can just kind of deploy wherever we want. There we go. We've got the Wolf Riders, which we are going to keep on this flank. Behind the trees to start. Our Sorcerer Prophet just kind of back behind all the lads. Alright, so main character. Hobgoblin Infantry. Servant Infantry, and then Missile Cav. Let it begin. They're also taking a very defensive deployment until their reinforcements show up. Fair enough, but I wouldn't actually mind trying to lure them over here. We have those Doom Divers, though. Dodging them is going to be a bit of a pain. Our allies are here in 55 seconds, so we do at least have them faster, so we can even set up before they come across the field. Let's go wide here. We don't go through the trees, go around this way. Also allows us to scout everyone out, too. Our Wolf Rider's going to be useful, but they're going to be a little bit less high impact. If we lose a few of them to these catapults, I really don't mind. Boys up and around. We've got 19 seconds before our allies are here. In fact, that's so short a time. Let's go ahead and bring them back. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose them to the micro. We'll come back and get our secondary group in order. They just thankfully gave us the quarter here. Normally doesn't happen. Alright, more main characters. You two go wide here. We'll send Gordas for the center. He might be the one dueling with Grimgore. Better or worse there on that one. The Blazing Beards here. We'll go ahead and bring the shotguns. Where do I want them? Pretty much everywhere is a good spot, but we don't want them to get bogged down by all of the laborers we have here. Some of the laborers gonna make way. Fall back just a little bit there, laborers. We'll have everyone here just come back over this way, that way we're not being goofy. Archers, we want you here and here. Is that here? Are they coming over here after us yet? Taking his sweet time, isn't he? Let's bring both of the Hobgoblin Wolf Riders the other direction there. You're going to come back a little bit closer to our line after what I've seen. Cons and like here. Okay, perfect. What do we have left? Put you guys up with group 1. Same thing here with these 3. I'm actually going to pull them over here to this side. Red Bull if I should. You're going to be on anti-artillery duty here pretty soon. Great weapon, no lads. Go ahead and pull you guys back. Got so many orc laborers all clumped up in one spot. Good way to get them blasted. Spread them apart a bit. Hobgoblin archers actually don't have this nearly the same range as their orky brethren, so... Ooh, shotguns. What are you guys doing? Bring the proper Drossar back as far as we can. Khan's Wolf Boys come over to this side. They're being very wishy-washy with what they're trying to do here. Very lucky Astragoth doesn't have any of his better spells just yet. Send the Dwarf axes to either side there. Archers, spread out as much as you can. As soon as Grimgore and his heroes get a little bit closer, we can start blasting them with Spear Leech. Come up the hill here. Do all our archers, get you in guard mode. These other Chaos Dwarf warriors, we're probably just going to put... Got the Blazing Beards on this side, we'll probably put them in here. Right behind our archers. Here we go indeed. Our Red Bull up this way. Looks like they're sending the Orc Boy Biggins after our Wolf Riders, which is very fair. Astragoth and the Toruk. I really prefer them to be rolling with our renders. Let's see what we can draw on away from their position. Alright, they're going to get caught if I'm not careful. Come on, back. And they did. Come on, lads. Ride like the wind. draw them on back down towards our line. Go ahead and send them back after. If we put them in guard mode, they should fire while they're in melee. Emphasis on should. So bring them back here together. I don't like the idea of fighting the Red Bull. How's things going on this other side here? Ogre Collins, you guys fall on back. That's too much to micro at the same time there. Speaking of, did you guys decide just not to fall back anymore? Alright, fair enough. I guess we lose them. Those Orc boys are now very flammable. Let's get away from that Doom Diver. Keep drawing them on in. Pull them wide. And this group should easily beat down on these biggins, but still. Bring them round and get you guys up going up towards the top, because I don't think they have any more fast movers besides. Those biggins were the only ones. He gets pulled back a little bit further there. Realize we don't have a good place with the shotguns yet. So we'll go ahead and have you guys stand. Probably have a unit of shotguns stand. We just take them kind of back-to-back style here. There we go. Astragoth's now got all sorts of new friends. Go ahead and drop them the Armor of Contempt so they can possibly get away. Send the Wolf Riders around. They got away pretty easily. Come on back towards our line, guys. Wolf Riders come back further past our line. Doom Divers are going after Oglacons, which, fair enough. Oglacons is terrifying. Back over the ear there, Red Bull. Beautiful. That means your target is the Doom Diver catapult. Okay, let's go ahead and turn this way. Go after these orcs. Oglacons is still under fire. Let's go ahead and bring them all the way back into this nice position here. Get him, Gordos. We'll drop the Spirit Leech on this poor clown here as well. Shotguns, if you can obliterate that Lord, that'd be, or this hero, that'd be fantastic. Gordos just has to kind of work his way around behind. Grimgore. Grimgore's coming in. Why is the Red Bull? There we go. It's taking a little bit of time. Pull away from these Orc boys. Come on around now. Let's go after these archers. Orcs, get in there. Astragoth, you and the Taruk. We're going to bring you in to go brawl with this big boss. Oh, they just sent him straight through. Alright then. They know what our dangerous units are, and Grimgore's going to get them. Goblins, go ahead and bog down Grimgore for me. Archers are pouring in the damage there. Looks like our renders took a wrong path through the trees, which is glorious. Blazing Beard's got some amazing kills there. Let's go ahead and keep the units moving. Astragoth, charge on in there. Let's go ahead and drop everyone's weakness to fire here. Draw Star Charge here. More Orc laborers this side. Could be ripping through here, no problem, but they're just having issues. Look, they advanced them just enough, that way some of the Orc boys got back. That's very intriguing. Armor of Contempt up front here. Everyone up front needs it. Oh, that's actually getting some pretty good damage there. More than I expected for that, because all the archers firing on one unit is dangerous. Back his health just a bit there. Send in... These archers need to fire on this captain. Red Bull, get back up in the air and go after the Doom Divers for me. So you're launching that flare pistol this direction. Shotguns need to both be focused on at Grimgore. Archers fall back just a bit. Oglicons, we can get them to kind of sneak on around, can't we? Yeah, we can. Pretty easily. Great weapons. Find a weakened zone. Laborers through. Where's my Astragoth? Fall back there, my friend. My Taruk. Not doing anything. Go ahead and hunt down. Scram the big boss. Let's try to have them push through here. We'll also have them charge through in a good direction. He just gets getting caught. Why do you go after these orc boys? I don't know if he's rampaging or what, but I gave him an attack order. He's like, man, I want to go after the other unit instead. That's Lord down. They'll go ahead and have the shotguns turn. They aren't being able to get too much goodies against the enemy, against the Grimgore there, so we're just going to ignore that. Can't charge through. The Renders are doing really good work back here with that extra mass. Oglicons fall back uphill here. Keep firing. Chase that big boss right off the map. Come in here after these, their captain now. Our poor Red Bull. Let's just have it kind of scare off these individual goblin archers back here. I'm guessing they got charged off screen, which is pretty typical. Trying to push their goblin archers into our line. Shotguns turn and get ready for that. Bladesmen stay away from Grimgore. Armor of Contempt for as many units as we can here. I mean, Astragoth is holding the line like a champion. Where are my two Bull Centaurs? Come on, back in. You boys turn and smash this flank. Oglicons go after these Goblin Archers. Yes, those Oblin Archers. See if we're scared of your Wah. You got the nice rear charge, but I guess that leadership is keeping them in there. Scythe down those archers. Keep evaporating them there. Grimgore is now, as we keep pushing them through, we'll let the goblins fight here. We'll have the Chaos Dwarf Warriors not bother with them at all. Those archers are scared off, but they are firing on the Red Bull, so we'll pull him back. All hands on deck dealing with our shotguns. Or does dive on in there. He's got very low health, so we probably want to keep him back just a little bit. Definitely a fight to the bitter end here. Come on in and crush this back group, and I think that should be that. That flank is decimated. There goes Grimgore, and that is the Ironhide. The Ironhide vanquished. Always a scary prospect. Alright, we're going to run down as many of these orcs as we can. We need plenty more workers for the mines, especially after that. We've lost so many of them. I'll catch you in a moment. Alright, and even a level 17 Grimgore was no match. He had the Bloodforged armor and his Gitsnik, so that's incredible that we managed to pull that off with so few losses. Most of our laborers were felled, and we actually did end up losing the Blazing Beards, even though they had 322 kills, but there were 3 of them left after the battle, so I hoped we got to keep them, but I guess not. Now we're going to go ahead and take... Ooh, it's 1,100 labor. Yeah, we're going to take the labor. Alright. Our rival, the Warhost Bazaar, has claimed a tower seat. And now we gain ourselves a new potion of healing, a banner of the Khanate, giving our hobgoblins a frenzy and more melee attack. Indeed, it was foiled. He was actually down there ambushing himself. Interesting. Bruce got himself the High Striker for more armor and more armor-piercing weapon damage. And I think Astragoth should have as well. Bruce also up on a Great Taurus. we've got the Red Rust Hellstinger, armed with a prototype munitions, and in its broiler is Bound Demon, most terrifying. I believe this is the Sky Junk-based flying unit, the Hellstingers. Also increased labor capacity, and at the same time, breaking the spirit of laborers is the sort of order any of the Chaos Dwarves would happily carry out. More casualties, more labor, or more, control. Great military alliance with any faction, I think I shall. Grimgor is going to go ahead and probably retreat and build up his units once more. Breaking his wall was incredibly useful. We do know there's an additional wall army right here sitting up on Helheim. They've just been sitting there and waiting for them to attrition down, so we do need to keep that one in mind. I think it is time, though, for Astragoth to go ahead and grab... We're dancing around the skill tree quite a bit here, but we're going to go ahead and grab the Inspiring Presence for that extra experience gain, as well as more leadership. They need stabbing. Oh, fantastic. This is almost the same as Grimgor's, where it drops melee defense and armor. His also drops speed, though. We can also give him Frenzy. Two very good traits. Don't really need spread control for Kevin, our beefy champion. Let's go ahead and just make him faster. Alright, Astragoth, now is the time that we move on to the Eagle Ares. But I don't think we're going to bring Bruce with us. Let's go ahead and surround here. You're likely going to have to fight that one. We'll have Bruce go through the underways. Back in towards the Ice Viewer. Got up to rank 11 pretty quickly there with Astragoth, which is awesome. We'll go ahead and snag the extra replenishment. Probably not both. We'll do one replenishment, one Iron Willed. We're working on his blue line as well. Exactly, so we've got Ruinous Negotiations to further boost our relations with Warriors of Chaos, Beastmen, and Norska. I don't think we need this just yet, though. Future of the Dobbies are giving us higher chances for magical items is pretty good. Call to War buffs up our normal Chaos Dwarves and then gives us better missile strength and reload time reduction for Blunderbusses and Fire Glaives. Well, we got the 2 units of them right now, though. Live to work, work to live. Or the Merchant Guild, some more trade goods resources, which we are produced, which we haven't really done just yet. We don't have any furnaces either, so I'm thinking we're just going to keep buffing up our military, or over here with the sorcery. Finest Leaders gives us a few more recruit rank. Tyrannical Decrees gives us more stuff for our commandments. Up to cooldown reduction for lower metal spells. Well, I would like to go ahead and grab... Oh, these are great. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take the single turn to grab Live to Work, Work to Live. We'll just hold us back here a little bit of Duskalok. We can use our gold we've gained to go ahead and upgrade the Overseer's Towers here at the Great Skull Lakes. I think that's going to be the call. Saber Mountain, we can go for the Tribute Collectors, make us a little bit more gold. Set us back a few more turns. We're looking at 100 more. Although getting another tower up to tier 3 now is probably going to be the call. That way I can get the artillery with them. So I can have artillery here at the Ice Beaver, which is much closer to Grimgor. So we can set up artillery here so that we can deal with Chaos. Luckily, all the Chaos factions should like us a lot, even though we are friends with their enemies. But on the off chance that they're not, we are going to need artillery to deal with their massive hordes of clowns. Muscle-bound goons. Alright, so the rest of our gold we'll go ahead and spend on this Overseer's Tower. Back here to Uskalok. Right. Oop, no, don't do that. All sorts of misclicks here. Thankfully, they're fixable. Here at Saber Mountains, is there anything we can just pop in with gold? I mean, the prototype Mega Mortar does allow us to do some goofy stuff. A really big cannon works wonders for making those considering sacking your tower think twice before launching their attack. Yeah, it's a very good ability. And we are going to be defending this entire territory quite a bit here against Grimgor, so I'm thinking some Mega Mortars are going to be very useful. Oh yeah, I'm sure I am. I'm sure I am. Let's take a quick look at our labor economy here. Got lots to kind of spend, so we'll just throw some guys at the tower. Yep, both sides there, no problem. Up to 81, so we can get ourselves a new slot. We can also see what we've got. So we've got the 10% more research rate for the sorcery district. Zatan claimed himself the profit seat. I think we're going to come on over here then and gain the industry district then. Get ourselves some more income. That also activates the district, and now that 2 of them are now completed, we can move up into tier 2. They cost 150, but have some pretty amazing buffs here with extra or dropping construction time for all buildings, giving you more conclave influence for every factory, more cargo capacity for 10%, and then more recruit rank for your convoy overseers. More capacity every 4 turns for a randomly chosen melee or missile. The conscriptor is so useful. Ordinator gives you extra abilities of Dreadcrate Battery when you're in your own territory. Just 1 whenever you're in your own territory, and you get any other buffs you have to give you more are going to increase that further. You've got the Lord of Warlock, giving you the Wrath of Tsar, which is kind of the Zufbar 42-pounders. But here for the Dawizar, or the Drothzar, we've got the Hierophant, giving us the Blood and Fireborn, so you can summon in a unit of Kadai Fireborn wherever you want on the battlefield. It's as terrifying as it sounds. You've got your Grand Reaper giving you that unit capacity for Bull Centaurs, Kadai, or Flying Monsters. And then you've got the Demagogue giving you the Flame and Shadow ability, which is a nice bombardment for all of your lords. Actually, it's an incredibly good bombardment. So we'll probably let someone else finish off the military district, and we'll come on up in here and start grabbing these tier 2 ones almost immediately. Perfect stuff. We also need to go ahead and get into the Red Rust. It's expensive. After we take down Eagle Areas here, we should be able to grab it. Probably gonna... Oh, we can actually auto-resolve this one. We're going to. Oh no. We're hanging on by a thread there. Oh, do we sack it for even more labor? Oh, I think we do. But now are we going to be able to claim it? Oh, we are. Sweet. Never punished. And we'll go ahead and occupy this one as... Oh, I don't know if the factory is better for animals or outposts. We'll find out. We'll go for an outpost because I do want to keep maximizing our raw materials. Cages of exotic critters. So probably the factory is better for actually exploiting them. But it does give us a nice recruit rank for all of our Hobgoblin Wolf Raiders. Looks like faction-wide. I hope that's faction-wide. We'll go ahead and not abandon this one. I want you to repair it. Relax. So there, Astragoth. For this province, we can start bringing in new labor. In fact, we might be able to just transport some guys on over right away. We need 300. Send them on over. Get the mines up and running here, the strip mine. You're going to start losing, but having the labor in now is going to allow us to keep filling the caps in from there too. Sweet, I think I will go ahead and stop claiming labor here at the Chimera Plateau. And we'll not send anything for now, we'll just kind of sacrifice these guys on up, but we won't keep building it up here since we don't have any more of the smaller settlements. It's kind of just hurting our control for no reason. Alright, 2 more turns before they arrive. Earl. I actually think I'm also going to go ahead and get rid of you for now. We'll bring you back later, but I'm not going to... No reason to pay the upkeep for an army that we're not really using. We could expand down here against the Dripping Fangs pretty aggressively. But I think we'll do that in due time. Let's allow ourselves to build up. I am going to go ahead and rush construction here. 180. No, we can't, can we? No, we can't really on either side. That's fine. No rushing, just turn ending. A land of cinder, ash, and the blackened bones of our enemies. Hey, Datsu. He wants military. No. No, you'll track mud in on our carpet. An eager tribe of half-brain hobgoblins have appeared from seemingly nowhere, intending to offer their services. A shoot only knows where they were hiding. Despite their frankly annoying enthusiasm, their blades could come in handy. Or perhaps you can make use of this blessing they keep rambling on about. I think we'll go ahead and take the extra archers. Numbers are superior. The line finally falls, which means we have to worry about the Greenskin army coming up from here now. The laborers don't build outposts quickly. They will have nowhere to sleep, so no rest until it's done. We'll take it. We'll also come on in here and grab the applied assignments, that way we get even less construction costs for all of our buildings. Sounds nice. Exactly. I think leaving Clark Haran for now is a good call. But we need to try to get whatever this army here is in an ambush that they can't handle. So, Bruce, we need you to come on over to the Blizzard Peak. Hold the line here. Your outposts, rather, are not going to have nearly as good of garrisons, so you do have to put in the garrison base if you really want them to stay alive. It's going to be a few turns before we get any of the artillery. Can we rush that construction along safely? Oh no, it's going to be a lot of turns before we get artillery. I am tempted to go for the extra gold. Tribute collectors will help us out quite a bit here. It's only 435, so it's half of what we're pulling in. Astragoth, we really do need you to kind of fall back and grab some more renders. We can move across Gorth's territory. And actually, there's no reason not to declare war on his... Ooh, not on him. But on the Bloody Hands, see what he... Let's forget, Chaos Dwarves are weird about you declaring war on their enemies. They will never pay you to do it. They'd prefer to get all the labor for themselves, I guess. Alright, well, what we're going to do then is have Astragoth come up. Probably go into a sneaky stance. We could also snag in the Red Rust here, which apparently has barrier. It's always flying. It's got armor-piercing missiles. It does have weapon strength, so it is going to be... This giant flying monstrosity running into you wouldn't feel good. 12 bonus for infantry. Missile strength itself, though, is going to have a 300% multiplier against buildings, so buildings beware. 600 range. Hang on now. This seems ridiculous. Drops a Dreadquake bomb. Oh, so we've just added units that are just insanely overpowered. All right, fair enough. We'll go ahead and grab ourselves the Red Rust then. It's pretty cheap for everything it's bringing in, all things considered. That's probably like a closer to a 600 cost unit, unless it shoots really slowly. Oh, reload time's 12 seconds. That's pretty normal. Interesting. That's insane. Everything looks good in terms of the deals. We can grab a defensive alliance with the Jagged Horn Tribe, but I think not. We'll give it one more in turn, and that'll be all the time we've got for today. Alright, we built up the Demon Smithy, so the Stone Mantle, one of Ostrogoth's most powerful talismans, has become weakened and damaged with age. You knew, or know, how truly old the artifact is. However, but it also has the appearance of a hardy cloak. No mere tailor can ever hope to repair it, only the arcane techniques of the Darklands Demonsmiths can restore its ancient power. 5,000 treasury from Stone Mantle and the Conclave Influence. Stone Mantle's great because, as you are taking more damage, Astragoth might be slowing down, but you're getting much more tanky, which is quite nice, as well as just 10% ward save base. Conclave Air Convoy is done, so we've got 403 raw materials deployed, and we've got now a Vargulf. And the Crown of Skulls gives you 15% ward save in the Hunger. Well then, oh man if I do. Astragoth, how would you like a Crown of Skulls to go with your Stone Mantle?
Bailmancy.
Let's go ahead and give Gorduz the Talisman of... Let's give him the Malignant Totem. And the Talisman of Preservation can go over here to Bruce. We're going to go ahead and combine up these two kind of garbage items and get ourselves some Fencer's Blades, which I think not really many of our... Are they down here looking at it immediately equipped to Kevin? Beefy Champion. There, the Khanate sounds good. Eventually we are going to be removing Gorduz from this army and replacing him with another big beefy boy. Nakru Sith has claimed the Sword of Cain, as is the Way, and it looks like Tamarkon is done and dusted. He's done. Dragon's Den's gone, and he's just sitting over here and channeling his last few days away. Fair enough. I understand. We've got a little bit of woes here now with our labor. I guess they built up, they lost too many of them in the interim. We can just send some guys over here, fix that on up, no problem for 200. There we are. That's going to be all the time I've got for today. Thank you all so much for stopping by today's Astragoth Ironhand campaign. If you all enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like for like, got any sub with the sub throne. See you on the next one.